take any one of them and say, come on, let's go over here to NBC. Well, it's not Universal. I'll go over here to Universal, hook you up with a deal like this. It's nothing. Here's the deal. Now you hurting. Now you blowing up. And that, you know, and then what does that person do? Now here's one more piece, and wait a minute. You know what? Let me talk to you real quick. I'll say just one last piece here with that. It doesn't take much to bring me here, but these are the discussions. These are the things. I'm not here to really BS with it. I want to see teacher salaries go up to, like, every teacher should be making at least $75,000 a year. At the least, like, starting salary should be $75,000 a year, straight up. If I had anything to do with the budget, I'd raise it. I'd raise taxes to do that, straight up. You know, all of that. But can I do that? Can I, or am I really just going to be a token coming in, and it's KRS and it's this and that? And,
Let me just say this so you can move on, because there's probably other stuff people want to talk about. We got albino white Muslim rapper here named Brother Ali. We got a black Muslim congressman. You can, here in Minnesota, we respect intellect. That's a fact. So as much as there are some forces that might not be interested, Generation X is the children that are in the high schools right now.
Right.
And we roll with the teachers. And so I say, in the spirit of KRS-One, maybe you must learn about Minneapolis.
No doubt.
What I'm telling you is that there's more of a consensus for you to be here and do the things that you're talking about than probably anywhere else in the country.
I'll take that in.
Well, my mama, though.
No, I'll take that in. I'll take that in. I will take that in. Yes, TS.
I'm with it, but I've been here 25 years, man.
Yes. Yeah.
They do respect the intellectuals. But common sense is right.
Why do you
They
say?
don't respect that, though.
Why do you say that? What
I don't want to go deep into this, man. Like I said, we'll be here all day. I know you got a lot on your plate. I hope we can talk, and I'll tell you what's wrong, man.
You know what?
You don't want the sugarcoat, and I don't want to hear it.
Right. But you're making me want to at least ask a piece. But you know what? You know what?
Chris, let me get something.
We do have to build on that. Come on, talk to me.
I got more of a statement than a question for you, Chris. This is my first time meeting you. I've been following you since, you know, PE drop, Eric B. and Rakim, you know, Bismarcky, when everybody was hot back in the day. And to me, you're the most relevant now, and probably the closest thing to maybe Martin Luther King or Malcolm X right now manifested to me would be you in terms of the hip hop culture and community, because there's no color barriers, there's no. And I think here, I'm from here originally. I left here in '96. I came back in 2009. I noticed here out of the tri-state area, Miami, all the places I live, there's something lacking here. And everybody says it's intellectual, but I don't really see too much knowledge of self here. And one thing that you've taught me over the years is health, wealth, and knowledge of self. And to, you know, find knowledge within yourself and seek knowledge, not to just wait for someone to teach you, or, you know, all these different, you know, names and quotes and, you know, all these people, as opposed to just find it within yourself. And I would like to thank you for that first and foremost. And also, you know, try to give a little light to the crowd, the magnitude of who you are and what you're about on a daily. You don't really, to me, you don't really live on I'm this, I'm that. You just be about it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I bought the Criminal Minded and Yo Bum Rush the show when I was 10 years old over here in University on St. Paul. And I still got this album to this day, and to this very day, this will out-rock almost any album on the radio or anything out right now. And I don't think a lot of people here realize that. I'm not dissing anybody here, but, you know, when it comes to the health, wealth, and knowledge of self and the things you've brought forward to culture, you know, throughout the planet, not just Minnesota, you know, I still think maybe there's something lacking here in terms of knowledge of self that maybe you could touch on and, you know, break down here.
You know, first of all, your words are humbling, because, you know, I guess it's the reason why we do what we do. What TS was saying, well, actually, I can go forward what Cable was saying about James. Okay. Right. No, but what James was saying was maybe it's time now. You know, remember, opportunity again. It's like that, and this is why I have to humble myself. I have to come back and just say, I have to have that conversation to see if it's really real, because it could be now. It could be now. My question was, why hasn't this happened before? Are we going to run into the same challenges? But it could be now. Time could be right now, you know, for something like
How
that.
many people believe it's now? Am I the only one? Somebody says,
I think it starts with us, though. It don't really.
The question is, the time is now for what? There are steps that have to be taken. Everybody has to jump to the end. What steps are we gonna take is the question. Our youth, like the brother just spoke here, there's no knowledge of self. We don't teach our kids to go inward and find themselves. It goes, I'm sorry, what?
When he said there's no knowledge of self, you first have to find out who is he speaking for. Is he saying for himself? Or is he saying,
Nah.
because that may not be, I mean, that's not.
My understanding.
I mean,
of what
in
he
the,
said
I just mean in the
was
community.
individuals
You
within
know what
our
I'm saying?
community
Yeah.
Right.
do
Like-
not have enough knowledge of self.
I don't know if
and our
you-
education system
But
doesn't
I-
support that.
Wow.
But my question was.
See, I don't wanna cause no
what
beef
he
right now.
said, it's like you're automatically in agreement, because I'm not in agreement, and I don't believe it's true for me, not even for my daughter.
Well, I guess.
So when he said that,
Damn.
my first thing would be to ask him, what, he said he just came back, so maybe he didn't see it, or maybe he hasn't been around people, but for you.
I've been here my
it's like-
whole life.
Yeah, I be in the streets pretty hard with this camera. You know what I'm saying?
What's the disagreement?
No,
That there's something-
That there is knowledge of self here.
No,
we're
I'm
saying
sorry.
we're ready, and some people are saying we might not be.
right.
And I'm saying
But your
Well,
point
my
is,
answer
yeah.
What is it we're ready?
Please, she's trying to express herself, we got a lot of voices, allow her to speak. please.
No doubt.
My disagreement was, I don't agree with what he said. By you just repeating it and saying like, well, maybe the brother is, that's not true for me. That's not true for how I raise my daughter right now. That's not true for her either. We're sitting together. So the question would be, first of all, not, even if you repeat it, you don't just take it in and be like, that's true. You take it in and say, like, what can I do to help you out? Because it may be just, I'm fine. It may be just him, because like you said, I just came back, I grew up here, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not from here, I grew up in Florida. I live here, I graduated from North High, it's still not true for me. So I'm saying.
Let
when
me
you say
elaborate on that, 'cause I
it's
feel
like,
kinda bad
don't be
now.
in agreement with it, beg to ask the question, what's going on? I'm not mad at you for saying that, but I don't want him speaking for me and saying that's true, because I don't want anyone else thinking that that's true, not only for me, but the people that I hang around. And if it is true for you, how can we be of help to you so that we all can be on the same one accord?
You wanted to clarify?
Harmony.
Yeah, now I feel bad. I don't want to offend nobody here, but like I lived in Miami, I lived in Queens, I lived in California, I was in the military for a hot minute. I didn't have knowledge of self. What I meant by my comment was when you in the tri-state area, you in Harlem or you in Miami, brothers and sisters is walking around helping each other build. And I'm not saying that that's not relevant here, but I'm saying I walk these streets with this camera. I've been here since 2009. You know, I work with people. I got a 97-year-old grandmother that came from Detroit, helped build these cities, you know what I'm saying? And help minorities out. And, you know, I don't see it here. I mean, I'm not saying you don't have it, but in terms of health, wealth, and knowledge of self, minus the co-ops, which I'm not being racist, but mostly only the white people have in this city, where it's not like that in Miami or New York, or other places I've been, you know, it's a lack of here. And it's not dissing the people, it's just maybe there isn't the light here yet, you know, because I personally know a lot of people in this city. There's some people probably here I don't know, but I haven't seen people around helping people, homeless people, or giving people knowledge of self or a foundation from which they could grow upon and know who they are, because we still got high crime here. We still got crazy murder in Minneapolis. We still got people eating crazy food, you know, and you know, personally, I see it every day. I don't think I'm not seeing something, you know. It ain't nothing personal
I
at all.
don't disagree with that, but
Yeah.
you also have, if you see that, then there's always a other